Trevor Claiborne, a.k.a. MC Farmer Brown, breaks the mold when it comes to agriculture in Kentucky.
Anytime Fitness is located at 469 Eastern Bypass in Richmond, and they want to help you look and feel your best. Sign a 12-month contract in January and get 2 months free, or sign a 24-month contract and get 4 months free. All that going on in the month of January at Anytime Fitness in Richmond or AnytimeFitness.com.
The Lexington native told WBON-TV that growing up in the inner city had left him with only two seemingly obvious career paths: sports or music. He chose the latter, which took him and his friends to Atlanta with their hip-hop group. However, he eventually came back to Kentucky, and working in lawn care led him to pursue a STEM degree that taught him all about agriculture. This led to a career at his alma mater, writing children's books and becoming MC Farmer Brown, using hip-hop music to teach kids about farming and agriculture. Claiborne says that one of his professors at Kentucky State at the time had told him that only 2 out of every 100 farmers in Kentucky are African American.
I'm not much the mathematician, but 2% of anything isn't that much. And when you think about how important agriculture is, farming, just how we produce natural resources for human consumption, okay, 100% of us eat, but only 2% of the people producing look like myself.
Claiborne adds that it was his niece not knowing where her food came from that sparked the idea that led him to take on rapping along with his studies.
First I break the ground, then I till it up, put fertilizer down.
You know, I started thinking in my head, like, how many other little children don't understand food systems, don't understand where their food comes from, because if you don't know where your food comes from, you'll eat anything. You can be sold anything. You can look at your top corporations, a lot of your businesses, a lot of products now use hip-hop, either the music background or just the cultural concept to be able to sell products, because hip-hop's like the cool end game, right? And so my thing was, can hip-hop be used to teach agriculture? In elementary school, middle school is always presented through the narrative of slavery. When it came to African Americans, you know, you evoke the pictures of, you know, these black and white pictures, people with frowns on their faces, you know, out in the cotton field. A lot of people in the community that I'm around, that's the first thing that comes to mind when you say farming is picking cotton. And the concept was, can I engage 3rd through 5th graders, 300? That was my original goal, just 300. Can I engage them in agriculture using hip-hop audio and video productions?
Also a writer, he adds that he wants to create positive images and push curriculums for students that are easy to understand for school children.
Education is taking a hit right now. The projectionist part of me sees in the next 10 years, education is going to look very different from when you and I were in school. And so the thing is, it's not to stop and wait until something happens, but what can you do productive at this moment? And so I think designing culturally competent curriculum is definitely needed. One thing I've learned in my journey up to this point, and so I've been doing this now for 5 years with Farmer Brown, is there's a lot of allies, and they're allies that you wouldn't expect. So one of the things is just to continuously have the discussion, and that's why I'm appreciative of this opportunity to talk with you. And so it's just identifying allies and being able to agree on, okay, these are things that we can address. There's some things that are over our head, but I absolutely believe to address the things that we can address.
For more stories such as these, be sure to visit Richmond's very own WBONTV.com. I'm Marissa Hempel.